The Last Caretaker is not a fancy-looking Stationeers. No first-person action game is as complex as Stationeers. But this battery here isn't fake. See, it has charge, and you can see the rate of discharge here. So at some point it's going to be empty, right? A section of this outpost is now being powered by this battery, and every little thing that you do here will affect how much it's being drained. Turning on the power for the rest of this section, and more power drain. Turning on some more machinery, more power drain. So is that the entire shtick of this game, to have to manage this battery power? First of all, you can recharge batteries. We have solar power, wind power. These solar panels actually follow the sun, because we do have a day-night cycle, and during the night, no solar, but wind should still work. There are supposedly some fuel generators that I haven't seen yet, because I've only played for half an hour so far. But hey, since you're playing a robot, guess what? You have to recharge yourself, which you can do by consuming a small battery you picked up, or by just plugging yourself into an in-world battery. And you can even decide the direction of flow. You could use yourself to charge this battery. Or you could equalize the power between two batteries. You should know there's a demo available on Steam. It may be a bit outdated. In particular, it's supposedly risky to use your demo save game with the most current version of The Last Caretaker. I haven't seen much of this game yet. I know it's an action-adventure, which takes like 30 to 100 hours to play through, and only has semi-replay value, because the locations and the places where you can find the best gear don't change. But of course you can optimize your approach. And also, a game that's really good, just like a movie, does lend itself to a second viewing. Anyway, it's currently discounted, 20% off on Steam, and since I had it on my wishlist for a while, I just took the leap. What actually triggered this is a video by Obsidian Ant that brought this to my attention again. The simulation no one is talking about, The Last Caretaker.
How unusually physical the whole world feels. The boat feels real, refueling feels real, restoring power feels real, and even the interfaces that do exist feel embedded inside the world rather than floating above it. So although on the surface this feels like a survival game set on a drowned Earth, what it really feels like to me is a systems-driven game about operating the last machinery of civilization.
Yeah, maybe you want to take a look at that. Links in the description. This is the ship, your main base throughout the entire game. You can actually build stuff on this one. Equipment, containers, generators, probably batteries to store electricity. Another nod at Stationeers? Not really. If you turn on your flashlight, that'll drain your battery hard. It uses 1000 watts, while the room lights, much brighter, use like 8 watts or something. So that sucks a bit. I get it, it's game balancing, but come on. It feels wrong. I mean, the game is pushing your nose into these numbers all the time for realism and simulation. And then we have this crass disparity between this weak little flashlight and the floodlights in the room. Oh, haven't I mentioned yet? This game is early access, so things are still subject to change. They're saying here they plan to keep it like this for at least 12 months. So, since it entered early access November 2025, the official release wouldn't be before 2027. That's how I read this. They want to expand on exploration, crafting, survival, combat. Add new locations, enemy types, modules. That's the things you can build, like wind turbines, batteries. Quote, the early access version already offers a fully playable survival experience with a strong foundation. Players can explore, craft, fight, and progress through the game's world. While the core mechanics are solid, we are also testing potential new features that could shape the game's evolution. We're eager to see how players engage with the world, and we'll adjust our roadmap accordingly. As we add new content and features, we may increase the price after early access. We're actively engaging with our community on Discord and Steam forums, where players can share ideas, report bugs, and help shape the game's future. Your feedback matters, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts as we build this world together. At this particular moment, I've played about 7 hours of this game so far, and while I can say that very strictly speaking, it does feel like some kind of ingredient may still be missing, overall it's a pretty full experience and highly interesting due to the very dynamic resource allocation, module building, and cable connecting. What do I mean by ingredient missing? I'm not sure, and maybe I really just haven't seen enough yet to speak like this. But how should I say? It feels like some robust and profound ingredients were put on the plate, but some kind of sauce or spice is still missing to make it really round. Maybe a denser feeling of campaign story, or just something that mixes up the logic of moving from place to place, leveling up, and being able to build more things that actively and interactively affect the action gameplay. This may be enough. Again, I haven't played that much yet, and I hear that the game pretty much opens up once you reach a Lazarus outpost. Oh look, like in Souls-like games, which this one isn't as far as I understand, we can create permanent shortcuts. Alright, anyway. In The Last Caretaker, you actually have to contend with NPCs, and rest assured, not all of them will be as simple as these and so easily dispatched. You can repair these broken things, but you need the resources that you can see here in the tooltip. So if you don't have those, I guess you have to go and pick up some stuff. Anyway, if you want to know what The Last Caretaker is really all about, there's a free demo on Steam. And I think the best guys to tell you about this game are the ones who made it. So here's The Last Caretaker Accolades trailer. See you again next time.
Each step forward reconnects us to a brighter future. Something awaits you out there, ready to be reclaimed. You were never meant to remain bound. Something awaits you out there, ready to be reclaimed.